Okay, so in this problem, we have once again a pulley and a mass attached to it via a string that is wrapped around the pulley. The moment of inertia of the pulley is I, and our goal is to find the speed of this object when it has fallen some height h. Okay, so at this point, what I would like you to do is ask before we do anything. Okay, what concept are we going to use to address this problem? And the concept typically would mean, can I use F equals ma, tau equals I alpha? Can I use some energy ideas? So what can we use? Okay, it's very important to start asking these questions and to do this consistently, because the more you ask these questions, the easier it'll get, as time goes on, where as soon as you read a problem, most of the times the main concept will become clear in your mind, and then after that it's just applying it correctly. Okay, so you can do this problem using torque and forces and everything, calculating alpha like we did in the previous case, and then because this mass m is simply going straight down, okay, we could use 1D motion to figure out its speed at a height h. Okay, but that would require, as you see, a lot of stuff. Okay, we can do this problem by using energy ideas as well. And one of the things I'm going to emphasize in some of the next videos is the fact that most of the times when you're looking for omega, angular velocity, or linear velocity, it is always useful to use energy ideas, because it really makes life very easy. So that's what I'm going to do. In fact, I'm going to use MEI equals MEF, okay, the fact that the mechanical energy is conserved. So the way we'll do this is, in the beginning, we know that the only energy that we have is the potential energy due to gravity for this block MGH. Okay, so that's all we have. Everything else, nothing is moving. The object is, at rest here. The pulley is not spinning. Nothing's happening. So that's all we have. Now at the end, what we know, when the block has fallen, okay, at this point, not only is the block moving, but the pulley is also spinning. So we have to account for the kinetic energies of both the objects. So we account for the kinetic energy of the mass, which is 1/2 mv square, and we account for the rotational kinetic energy of the pulley, which is equal to 1/2 I times omega square. Now, again, assuming that the string does not slide on the pulley, okay, we know that omega can be replaced with V over R. So I can rewrite this as mgh is equal to 1/2 mv square plus 1/2 I times V square over R square. Okay, so at this point I can factor out the half in the V and rewrite this as mgh is equal to 1/2 m plus I over R square times V square. And then after a little bit of basic algebra, we end up getting V is equal to square root of 2 mgh over m plus I over R square. Okay, I could simplify this and rewrite this as 2 mgh over m R square plus I, and all this multiplied by R. The R square basically just can come out of the radical sign, and this will also give us omega as simply V over R, so that ends up being equal to 2 mgh over mr square plus I. So we used energy ideas and we end up getting everything in one shot.